Proud to be in the Senate. Best decision I made was to pick really good people from both sides of the aisle to come talk about the course of the future of humanity. The really best decision I made is Corey said, why don't you and Ben talk, the rest of us will be quiet. That would have been a mistake. We're going to take a couple of questions because we have to go to another place.
Senator, do you support the delay of a ground invasion in order to have more time to secure the release of hostages to you? And thank you. Do you support...
You don't need any more time to release the hostages. Let them go. It's not a time problem. They could do it right now, but they're not, because they're going to hold these innocent people over the head of the state of Israel and humanity. So why don't you ask them? Why won't you let them go? They will not let these people go until Tehran feels the pressure. To Iran, enough. You're the largest state sponsor of terrorism. You got American blood on your hands. This could not have happened without your support. So my advice to the Israeli Defense Forces, do what you have to do to protect your country who's under siege. And the question about hostages should not be directed to me or Israel. It should be directed to the terrorist.
Just a follow-up, Senator. What is your red line that would spark U.S. military involvement in this war?
I came here to give voice to the idea that there's a bipartisan belief that escalation of this conflict should not occur. We asked the IDF and Israeli officials, what would a full-blown war with Hezbollah look like? It was not good. It's not my job to communicate red lines. I'm here to help my president. I'm glad he came. He's spoken well. Now it's time to put everybody on notice. If it gets worse, there'll be 3 fronts, not 2.
U.S. troops have come under attack in recent days. Senator, should the U.S. military strike back?
You get all the questions, or is there some other?
That's not. Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. Phyllis Weiss, Jewish Insider. Any that moves forward needing approval of the House want to stand for? What's your message to House Republicans?
Yeah, Ben.
I'm giving the message to House Republicans. We're going to act in the Senate. We have strong bipartisan support for the supplemental appropriations that will not only give Israel what it needs to defend itself, but also give the Ukrainians the support that they need in order to defend themselves against Russia's war of aggression. There's a lot in here. We have members that are going to play a key role, including on the Appropriations Committee, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and other committees. We think that we can act in the Senate decisively, and if we can act decisively in the Senate, bipartisan, that'll be a clear message to the House. They got to act. So we know there's support in the House, and we think we will get this done, and we'll get it done in a timely way.
Can you turn that? Thank you. Daniel Cohen, I'm the Jerusalem correspondent for Newsmax. I want to say thank you for being here. My family lives here. I made Aliyah 2 years ago. So this is personal. I know many people were sent from the United States, and there's international press from around the world. And I heard every single one of you voicing your support for Israel fervently, stridently. And I heard that, and I received that into my heart. And so on behalf of my family and people, I'm an American and an Israeli citizen, I say thank you. But it starts at home. And I'd like to ask any Democrat senator here that would like to speak to Rashida Tlaib. She still has a tweet up condemning Israel for a hospital attack. And
Stop.
It's not a...
No.
It's a fair question, Senator Graham.
We are here together, not to talk about the problems at home, which are many.
It's a fair question,
I've got my
Senator.
own view of what to say. You're not going to screw this up.
I'm not trying to screw it up.
Get this guy out of here. Now, let me tell you.
I'm an Israeli. I want an answer to the question, please.
I'm an American.
And I am too.
And I believe in free speech. I don't believe what the squad has to say at all. But I came here with Democrats and Republicans to let everybody in the world know, don't judge every Democrat by the squad, and don't judge every Republican by some of the things you hear. Where the House...
No comment.
Yeah, where the House, they'll get their act together, but we need to do our job. We need to do our job in the Senate. We need to pass a bill that will help Israel, help Ukraine. That's at least what I think. I think the House will show up. And I'm sorry, my friend, I probably shouldn't have said it, but my nerves are raw right now. Yeah, okay, last question. Huh?
Where is China holding in the war? And the second question has to do with what's happening on college campuses in the United States in terms of the
Yeah.
Hamas demonstration.
Yeah.
What can be done in terms of the bipartisan senators that
Share the photos, tell the story. You don't know what you're talking about. The people who are, say, free Palestine, the best thing you can do to free Palestine is destroy Hamas. The best thing you can do to have a better life for the Palestinian people, destroy Hamas and put Iran on the sidelines.
I think one of the things that's been revealing here to your question is some of the big, great power adversaries that the United States is dealing with right now, Russia, China, have completely revealed themselves. There hasn't been one statement from China or Russia criticizing Hamas and calling them out for what they did. A heinous terrorist action. So I think everybody in the region should know that, but I think that as they do typically, they're siding with the wrong side of history. But the Chinese have been silent and haven't said anything critical of this heinous terrorist action. And neither is Russia. And I think people need to note that. Take the next question, Dan. Come on, stay up there.
What is it? I think that was it, wasn't it?
You mentioned meeting with Mohammed bin Salman about aid to Palestinians, but I'm sure the normalization with Israel came up. What was said about that, and do you leave that meeting hopeful that normalization will continue at a rapid pace?
It was an incredible opportunity that we had with the Crown Prince. He gave us an incredible amount of time, but more importantly, we had a candid exchange, a very candid exchange. And I think he demonstrated his interest in the kingdom's future, Saudi's future. He sees that in a much more progressive way than the past. We have talked about the normalization between Saudi Arabia and Israel. We all recognize that because of October the 7th, the focus is going to be, and rightly so, on those circumstances. But the future, we all recognize, is the normalization of relations, two states living side by side in peace, which we've already talked about it. And we found that discussion to be very constructive on all those points, recognizing that the immediate needs are to deal with the crisis that Hamas has created. The Saudis feel very concerned about Iran and its proxies, so it was no surprise to us to know that the Crown Prince is very interested in dealing with the terrorist threats that are in the region.
You know, I want to.
Do you all support